Welcome everyone to the pit in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's college basketball on CBS Sports Network. Number 23, Arizona, the Pac-12. Winners of 4 straight facing New Mexico in the Mountain West. Dave Ryan alongside the coach Steve Lapis, former head coach at Villanova. An early 8-5 lead for Arizona. And a foul called against Arizona, and some emotion as well with Parker Jackson Cartwright, and a technical after he was whistled for a call he didn't think he'd committed.
Maybe even 2 technicals there, because him and Furstinger were kind of drawing at each other. That was great post defense, by the way, fronting in the low post. That could have been a foul. That's great post defense, I said, for the little guy fronting Furstinger. That's a foul.
Vern Harris, Randy McCall, Mike Reed, the officiating crew here tonight.
What do they call double technicals?
Double technical. First-year got one as well. McNeil, long-range 3, front iron miss, and look at DeAndre Ayton at 7'1", 260. Possibly the #1 overall pick in the NBA draft next year. The big man for Arizona, freshman from the Bahamas. What a talent. He's had 1 touch. Lost the handle in the paint. Elkins feeling it.
What a difference he makes in this team. His first game was against Alabama. In their last game, he scored 7 points. Much more comfortable so far in this game.
2 threes for Raleigh Elkins, back from a foot injury. First game against Alabama last weekend, as Lap talked about. Nice take, Simons to the 10 for 2.
That was
Roy
a great
Simons.
move. That was a really bad closeout, I have to say, by Raleigh Elkins that time. Out of control, and that's what allowed Simons to drive that ball to the basket.
Trier in the corner. 8 not close on a 3. We got a timeout. For those of you watching on CBSSports.com, our streaming coverage will conclude after the commercial break. We will continue on CBS Sports Network. You can find us by going to CBSSportsNetwork.com/channel finder. Underway from the pit in Albuquerque, number 23, Arizona and New Mexico. Welcome to the pit. Land of enchantment, everyone. Dave Ryan alongside Steve Lapis, former Big East champion coach at Villanova. What a chance for us to watch Arizona, team you think could be in the Final Four this year against the New Mexico Lobos in this amazing venue.
Well, you don't see that many teams that lose 3 games in a season and still think can win a national title, but this Arizona team is one of them, and a big reason is because of the tremendous talent they have in DeAndre Ayton. This kid has been spectacular this season. One of 4 players in the country averaging over 20 and 10 and shooting over 60% from the field. He is tremendous at posting up. They love to throw these high-low sets between him and Ristic, but the other thing that he can do is he can step out, shoot the 12, 14-footer. He's made some threes this year. That is not his strength, though. But you get it to him down low, and this guy will make all kinds of things happen for you. Dave, we did see that, right? We saw with our own eyes a video of him touching the top of the backboard. That's
34.5-inch vertical leap. It is spectacular. Sam Logwood in here for New Mexico, the captain who left the team last week. Missed 1 game, shoots here, and misses from 17. And team's leading rebounder and scorer Lap, and New Mexico really needs him back.
They really need him bad, and Sean Miller comes in with Ira Lee, the freshman, who I think is going to be a terrific player someday.
Ayton mishandles Smith from 10, a back iron, misfire. And here comes McNeil. Simons got a bucket already. Anthony Mathis into the game as well for New Mexico. Each coach shuffling the lineup a bit. First time they've put the starting 5 that we saw to begin the game out tonight. Lots of subs. Logwood.
This was a great defensive set by Arizona.
Off the glass and in for Simons. The and 1, Troy Simons of New Mexico.
Arizona played such good defense for 25 seconds of that possession, and that's all it takes. Right at the end here, they get beat off the dribble. Smith, in that case, gets beat off the dribble. You can't do that. That breaks down the defense faster than anything else.
Foul of the freshman Ira Lee, his first for Sean Miller, who has had spectacular results as head coach of the Wildcats.
And, you know, there's an interesting dynamic in this game because you have a New Mexico team that almost half their shots are from the three-point line. Arizona, that's where they've struggled defensively. They have not defended the three well at all. Let's see if New Mexico can get good threes the entire game.
Sean Miller told us after the shoot-around today he did not want New Mexico to have a great start with a big crowd here, and that's exactly what's happened. They are into this game.
And New Mexico playing with a lot of life. A lot of life, and a great double team.
Double team on Ayton, but he beats it and hammers it home. First two of the night for DeAndre Ayton.
That's what you can't do. When you've got a guy in a double team like that, you've got to keep him there.
Logwood left the team before the game with New Mexico State here last week due to personal reasons. Was out for a couple days. Returned to practice on Wednesday and told us just before the game tonight that he was good to go. Paul Weir made that decision official with Logwood. Nice move, Trier off the glass and in. Another bucket for Alonzo Trier. After the shoot-around late this afternoon, Logwood was back active with the team. McNeil, junior guard. Jackson, Tennessee. Lots of new faces for the Lobos this year. Simons is fouled. And 3 free throws coming up. Let's check our Bass Pro Shops Keys to the Game lap.
Arizona has a tremendous advantage inside. They've got to get the ball in there to Ayton and Ristich when he's in the game. They have the offensive rebound. New Mexico really struggles on the glass. For New Mexico to be good, they must turn Arizona over. That's their style of pressure, and they've got to make a ton of threes. They make over 10 threes a game, 11 threes a game. Half their shots are from the three-point line. For them to be successful in this game especially, they've got to make at least 13 or 14 threes.
Simons hits that free throw at 13 points in that loss to New Mexico State. 3 free throws. He was fouled by Smith. And we'll see lots of bodies in and out for these teams, trying to get a feel for what they're all about before conference play starts.
And what about the altitude? Does that have an effect on Arizona? Obviously,
it did when I climbed the stairs before the game. I was completely
on me.
gassed. I like all the warning signs around the visiting locker room about altitude sickness. Just kind of get it in your head, right?
It's in my head. Mile high and louder than...
It's loud.
It's loud. And these kids are into it right now. They're giving a tremendous effort against Arizona.
Great start for Simons. Brandon Randolph, freshman for Arizona. Raleigh Elkins pulls up and looks smooth doing it. Another bucket for Elkins. He's got 8 in the first half.
Imagine they played 9 games without him. He's pretty good.
A 3-game losing streak in the Bahamas against some good teams and all without Elkins. Steal, right on cue. Raleigh Elkins, the take, the lay-in with the left. That was sweet.
Talk about a guy giving your team a lift. I mean, he's only a sophomore, but obviously he's one of their veterans. Nowadays, if you're a sophomore, you're a veteran.
If you're that good, you are. Antono Jackson, transferred, played for Keith Damrod and Akron the last 3 years. Scored 1,000 points in his career there in the MAC. A grad transfer, 1-year player here in Albuquerque. Misfires that time, long 3. Lee has a rebound for Arizona. He's on the move.
That's a tough shot.
Parker Jackson, Cartwright, buries a triple. His first points. Paul Weir's seen enough. Timeout, New Mexico. Largest lead of 9 for the Wildcats.
Well, DeAndre Ayton, when you've got a guy like him, he can make a lot of coaches look pretty good. Not that Sean Miller needs help, but this guy is spectacular.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by the DQ Chicken Strip Basket with 100% all white meat chicken. Only at your DQ. By Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. And by AT&T.
97 championship team for Lute Olson, the Hall of Fame legendary coach at Arizona. 20 years ago, hard to believe they won their first and only national championship in Tucson. If you're looking for a fun gift or experience for sports fans this holiday season, check out the American Cancer Society's Sports and Experiences Auction. Go to ebay.com/ACS Sports to bid on unique items. 100% of the proceeds go to the American Cancer Society. Not an easy start to the career at New Mexico for Paul Weir, who had an amazing one-year run at Mexico State last year, arch rival Lobos, and takes over for Craig Neal this year.
I mean, New Mexico State was a little bit more established. Marvin Menzies had left the place in really good shape, which makes a difference. And now he's coming here, and he's going to be starting all over from scratch.
Malwatch, that was a deep three for the freshman from Australia. Pressure and a double team. Here's Randolph. He'll float and hit. Whoa. Yet another freshman weapon for Arizona.
A couple of New Yorkers on this team.
9-2 zone run, and 6 for 6 from the field in that streak. Pass down low, Firstinger from Malwatch, but he can't finish. Ristich with a challenge. Ira Lee, double team. Ristich is not left alone. Dusan Ristich with a hammer. Malwatch, not this time. And a positioning scrap rebound attempt there. And a foul called on Ristich down
Well,
low.
let's take a look right here. When the ball goes into the low post, that's a pretty good double team. But Ira Lee's gonna be able to look and see, because look at all the white shirts that have converged into the lane. Nobody finds Ristich as he's diving to the basket. A great pass by Ira Lee, but a nice cut by Ristich.
2 7-footers in the starting lineup. That is a rarity. Dusan Ristich from Serbia.
And one of the things I like about Arizona so much, Dave, is they can play small. They can play Riley Alkins as a 4-man and have a small team out there. And in basketball today, that's become the way the game is played.
Ja'Kai Simmons is in. Here's McNeil up top.
It's become a game of space, and the more space you have, the better.
Malwatch, baseline drive, had it knocked out of bounds. 12 to shoot here for the Lobos.
Man, I know Paul Weir wants up-tempo. 26 points in 9 minutes for Arizona. That's a 100-point pace.
You don't want that tempo.
No, and I don't think New Mexico could score 100. As a matter of fact, I know they can't score 100.
That's already out. Forget it. They score 80.7 a game, which is pretty good. 4 to shoot. McNeil here up top.
As we've talked about, a little different level of composition than this team.
Firstinger can't find it from 3. Ayton, a rebound. 2 points, 3 rebounds early for DeAndre Ayton. Coming off a 29-point, 18-rebound game in the win at home against Alabama last week. Randolph fouled on the way to the basket.
Well, New Mexico's doing a very good job on Ayton. They've double-teamed him aggressively, which is what they're doing with all the low-post guys, and they're making it hard for them.
Simmons, second foul, coach, he's out. And Logwood returns.
Paul Weir should be happy that Sean Miller took Alkins out.
Way he was playing.
Oh.
4 for 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from three-point range, and 10 early points for Riley Alkins.
Couple of good passes, too.
Bad foot injury that cost him the first part of the year.
Trier playing point guard now.
That's how versatile he is. Smith up top. 4-3. Dylan Smith. Transfer from NC Asheville's got his first points of the night. Wildcats are 5 for 5 from three-point range this game. Kuiper passing. Here's Logwood with a drive to the basket, but no finish from point-blank range. It's a bad miss.
He's got to make that one.
Trier lobs. Ayton catches, establishes, and stuffs.
You know, there's nothing you can do about that. Trier just threw it up in the air. He knows Ayton's going to get it. He's just so much more athletic than anybody New Mexico has. Not even close.
Firstinger, who graduated yesterday along with Logwood. Pretty cool moment for those guys. Kuiper for 2.
I will say this about New Mexico. When they pace it in the half court, they're getting good stuff. And I think one of the things Sean Miller's concerned about is his guys getting beat off the dribble, and they're still getting beat off the dribble.
Dane Kuiper from Wasilla, Alaska, not far from Anchorage. Shout out to my in-laws living in Palmer. It's one town over from Wasilla.
Oh,
they're watching tonight. Pretty cold in Alaska right now. Logwood establishes himself. Out for Kuiper, feeling it for three. Rattles around and falls.
Happy birthday.
21 years old, Dane Kuiper, a couple three-pointers. Exactly what New Mexico needs against number 23, Arizona.
I finally figured out what car to get. Now, where to find the best deal?
You know, why don't I help?
What's that?
Car Gurus. Color?
Silver. Car Gurus?
Low miles, 2 grand below market value, 5-star dealer rating. Ooh, I'm beat.
Let's do it your way then.
I heard that.
Car Gurus. Find great deals from top-rated dealers near you at cargurus.com.
10 early points, Raleigh Elkins to lead the way for number 23, Arizona, 10-point lead on New Mexico. Gino Auriemma has led the UConn Huskies national championships. We'll talk more about that. Our broadcast coming up as Gino Auriemma, UConn women, will take on Oklahoma coming up Tuesday night, 7 Eastern. Gino goes for his 1,000th career win.
That's
just
unbelievable.
Amazing. That'll be fun to watch on CBS Sports Network. Trier driving the basket is foul. He'll shoot two. Here it is, Tuesday, 7 Eastern. Gino goes for 1,000. Iconic Hall of Fame UConn women's coach. Tuesday, 7 Eastern, we'll have history for you if they can win it on CBS Sports Network.
My man Gino has been absolutely incredible from Norristown, Pennsylvania.
Philly guy.
He's a Philly guy. We go back a long, long time. When we were in the Big East together, we were the women's coach and the men's coach were at the meetings together. I mean, just an unbelievable. And you know what? When he got there in the 80s, Connecticut was not any good. He built this thing to what it is, and truly one of the great jobs in the history of basketball he's done.
And now they're almost unbeatable. It was shocking to see them not win another national championship last year.
Shocking. It's shocking when they don't win by 30.
Trier hits two, coming off a 25-point game against Alabama in Tucson Saturday, including 14 made free throws. He is a weapon for Zona. Anthony Mathis, junior guard of the game here for New Mexico.
They're playing small. They're playing with their big guys now, and they're still switching every screen on the perimeter.
Simons, 4 to shoot. Pump fake on Ayton. McNeil, partially blocked. Smith got a piece of it. Great defense by Dylan Smith, sophomore from Mobile, Alabama.
Sean Miller has been all over these guys about becoming better defensively. That's where their struggles really have been.
Here's Ayton, look out below. DeAndre Ayton, two-handed hammer dunk.
How quick was that step through and pivot? He has unbelievable feet. I will guarantee you, I've never seen him, he's probably a really good dancer the way he can move those feet.
What a great kid. We met him today, had a nice chat with him. He talked about trying to get better defensively. That was the first thing he mentioned when we chatted with him today. Long miss, Simons can't connect.
Oh, Sean's getting that message through, there's no doubt about it.
That was the emphasis, especially inbounds play defense today for Arizona. Most of the shoot-around was about defense.
It was. How they were going to guard the different plays that Paul Ware uses.
Here's Trier, hesitates. Lobbing down low to DeAndre Ayton. Alley-oop. Slam dunk, Arizona.
How high up was DeAndre Ayton that time? You don't even, listen.
34.5 inches left. We heard that today.
I can throw him lobs right now at my age, and he'll be able to get it.
Easily.
All you got to do is throw it as high as you can, and you're fine.
Largest lead, 16 here for Zona. Logwood gets one to go. Nice move for the senior captain of Indianapolis. Raleigh Elkins trying to respond. Not this time.
Great
His
box
first
out
miss
by
of the night.
Pinchuk there on Ristich.
Simons been a big offensive threat for New Mexico. That's out of bounds.
Well, If you have a guy like DeAndre Ayton, you tell your guys, just throw it up as high as you can, and he will go get it. He steps through guys, the double team, and then Trier just throws it as high as he can, and this guy gets it done. These Wildcats right now are 14 at one of the toughest places in America, the pit.
Leads away with 10 early points.
One of the most experienced guys they have, as we said, only a sophomore, was terrific last year, averaged 10 points a game as a freshman. This is a 15-point scorer they've been playing without. But the other thing that he does, he makes things happen off the dribble. He's a very good passer, and he gives them versatility because he can play the 4 spot, and then they can play some of these younger guards that are also pretty good, like a Randolph. So he gives them not only another scorer, but he makes their team much more versatile than they were already.
Wade, 22 minutes in his season debut, had 7 points last week at home at the Kale Center against Alabama. Out 6 weeks of broken foot, a Jones fracture. The all Pac-12 freshman team member last year, one of many weapons Sean Miller has got at his disposal this year in Tucson. What a team on paper and on the court. These guys are good.
I'm telling you, there aren't too many teams that can lose 3 games in a row and still win a national title. This is one of them.
Trier is bumped, fouled by Mathis.
And let's understand this, they lost to 3 good teams. It's not like they lost to, you know what I mean, to bad teams. And it was on a neutral floor in Atlanta, so there's something to be said losing to Tennessee, losing to Purdue, and losing to SMU. The only bad game was the Purdue game. Purdue's really good, but they drilled it.
Those teams combined 26-7 entering the weekend, the 3 teams they lost to in the Bahamas. So good squads, but now they've won 4 straight and clearly hitting their stride at this point of the season.
And they beat 2 potential Final Four teams in A&M and Alabama. Talented.
A&M's really good.
Really good.
5 to shoot here.
Hey, Colin Sexton, the freshman for Alabama, what's he? Unbelievable.
Ira Lee, way off there, and the shot clock cycle. He's a good one, you're right. Here's Anthony Jackson. Skips to McNeil. New Mexico needs a good possession here. Mawatch. Not this time, front iron miss on a 3. Too early for that shot for the freshman.
I think you have to try and run if that's what you want to do, but when you don't have it, you got to play half court because the game gets too fast and you just can't score enough against this Arizona team.
Randolph misses, Jackson the run out. Mawatch baseline. Kuiper, there it is. The birthday boy. 3 threes first half, Dane Kuiper, who's 21 years old today. He's celebrating.
Playing his best game of the season.
Press break, Arizona, Ira Lee to the basket. He'll shoot 2.
Well, Dane Kuiper off the dribble penetration. That's what happens. When you dribble penetrate and people start scrambling, somebody's going to be open. And that's what happened there. And Kuiper was the guy, the recipient of that pass, and he was able to knock it out.
All academic Mountain West pick last year, Dane Kuiper. Here's Ira Lee, another youngster on the star-laden Arizona roster, freshman from Los Angeles.
And part of what happened for Arizona was Alkins was out. These younger guys, these freshmen had to step up and be better from the beginning. And really, except for DeAndre Ayton, their other freshmen are good players, but they're not that one and done. Well, not necessarily one and done, but that great player like a DeAndre Ayton is. So good freshmen, the rest of them, Lee, Randolph, not DeAndre Ayton.
Who is?
That's it. But a lot of people expected these other guys to be tremendous too because it was such a highly ranked recruiting class.
Anthony Jackson, good catch in the corner on the skip pass.
Good move.
He'll drive baseline, flows too strong. Wristich, defensive glass for Arizona. Got to finish that.
Yeah, you don't get those kind of opportunities. See, that could be a foul on Jackson Cartwright because you can't move into that defender who had his spot.
Arizona's 68% from the field first half, red hot. Jackson Cartwright, back up, Alkins, long 3. Wow, rattles it in. Raleigh Alkins, his 3rd triple of the first half. He's got 13.
I'm going to guess that Trier and Ayton are going to score a little bit less than they've been scoring because this guy's got to get his too.
Arizona 6 of 7 from 3-point range to start the game here tonight.
They make 7 a game. They've made 6 already.
Logwood for Jackson. Anthony Jackson responds with a triple. Mexico's down 2 last seconds last week against the Aggies of New Mexico State. Jackson missed a 3, going for the win. Oh, foul call on the press. And this electric, jam-packed house, the pit in Albuquerque. They're not happy with that call. Zona by 12. Coming up on AT&T at the half, Brent Stover, Swingcast, Seth Davis. A look around college basketball, plus first half highlights and stats. Plenty to talk about. Number 15, Seton Hall lost to Rutgers today. Florida lost, Florida State lost. Pretty fun day and night in college basketball, and fun for us to watch DeAndre Ayton lap in person.
Well, this guy's got such good feet. He's so quick. He steps through double teams like it's nothing. And throw the ball up in the air. He's got, we don't even talk about something crazy that you always need in a big guy. Hands. He has the most unbelievable hands. He catches everything. He never fumbles the ball. He's got an unbelievable vertical. And you look at these two guys, the two best players in college basketball this year. I mean, that kid Trey Young, he's not so bad at Oklahoma either.
Pretty good.
But these two big guys, the difference between them, I look at Bagley as a 4-3. I look at DeAndre Ayton as a pure 4-man. Not as comfortable as Bagley shooting the 3, but maybe a little bit better inside. You can't go wrong with either one of those guys, let me tell you.
Probably picks 1 and 2. Take your pick in the NBA draft coming up this year.
I guess if you want somebody who's a little bit more versatile, I'd say Bagley's a little bit more versatile, but that's really stretching it.
Former high school teammates for a while as well.
What? How could those guys be on the same team?
Can you imagine that? Randolph hits a couple free throws for Arizona.
They would run away with a national championship in college if they were on the same team. With a guard that could just pass, not even do anything else.
Let's just enjoy them for the 1 year they're in college basketball. Chris McNeil tries to create. Logwood. It's not a legal, academic, or any other issue with Sam Logwood. Personal, left the team for about 4 days in the end. But as a captain, that's really got to mess you up a little bit. Firstinger, McNeil, long 3. Front iron, can't find it. Simon's the battle, along with Smith.
And they've struggled all year getting offensive rebounds. They're not a good offensive rebounding team, and they're playing against a team that has the leading defensive rebounder in the country on it, in DeAndre Ayton.
Here's a free throw line perfection. He's got some range. He's
not a real three-point shooter. He's made 5 this year, but when it comes to 15 feet and in, this guy is money in the bank.
61% from the field. He's hit 6 threes this year and shoots 70% from the line. For a big guy 7'1", that great free throw shooting number is a shock.
Well, especially a guy who's going to get fouled as much as he gets fouled.
Think of how many points you pile up that way by hitting free throws. 5 to shoot. Simons driving. Back iron miss. Wrist-stitch defensive rebound for Arizona.
They're having trouble sniffing an offensive rebound. How about Arizona has 1 turnover in this game? 1.
Amazing. Been a clean game on both sides.
Against a team that forces 20 a game. There's 1.
Simons to the basket for 2. Former national junior college scoring champ, Troy Simons, another newcomer for New Mexico. First points of the game off a turnover for the Lobos tonight.
They got 2 guys guard Nate.
You have to, right?
Yeah. But they'd have a better chance if they stood on top of each other's shoulders.
I think that's illegal. Another turnover, and McNeil foul. No, it's an offensive foul against Chris McNeil on the way to the basket.
Yeah, you need 2 guys guarding them, but if they're both standing on the floor, it's not really doing you a lot of good. He moved in. That's not a good call. I mean, he lowered his shoulder and moved into him. That is not a good call. That should have been a blocking foul.
First foul on Chris McNeil. Trier draws the charge and now handles. Junior Tops the Pac-12 in scoring, 22.3 points a game coming in, and Kuiper holds him between the circles.
You know, I saw Arizona 2 weeks ago against UNLV. It was a great game. UNLV's Brandon McCoy. There's another great freshman.
He's something.
7'1" kid that UNLV has. It was a great game. But this Arizona team is a different team when Riley Alkins is in the game. Brandon Randolph's good. He's a freshman. He can be indecisive. Riley Alkins, no indecisiveness. He knows exactly what he wants to do out there.
Trier, one more free throw, 10 team fouls, so 2 free throws the rest of the half for Arizona.
Like, if you ask me what I think Arizona's weakness is, you know, Parker Jackson Cartwright, good player, doesn't really make a lot happen off the dribble. I think that might be a spot where they need really strong play out of him if they're going to win the championship like they can.
They've got a while to develop this team, this roster, gel even more before the Pac-12 schedule starts up. These guys are loaded for a big run. Maybe Sean Miller finally gets to the Final Four this year.
I think this is definitely the year when he can.
Mathis misfires from 3. Trier kicks that pass from Jackson out of bounds.
Their half-court defense, I think, in this game, too, has been very active, Dave. I mean, they have really, they've gotten beat off the dribble a couple of times, but they're alert, they're active, and they're playing hard.
Sean Miller talked to us this morning after the Wildcats shoot around about defense late in the shot clock cycle. They've done it all well here in the half court tonight. You're right about that. Key point of emphasis for the Cats. 7-second differential shot and game clock here. Pass down low. Oh, rejected. Pinchuk had that swatted away, and Trier fouled on the other end and shoots 2 for Arizona. Wow.
That was...
He was up there.
Not only was he up there, but he got up there late. And because he's such a quick jumper, he can get up there late like a good shot blocker would and do what he just did.
Trier tries to join Alkins and Ayton into double figures in the first half for Arizona here.
You know, Dave, you mentioned it, how quick his feet are. He's quick off the floor, too.
It's the whole package, Lap.
The whole package.
It's the physical presence, it's the footwork, the quickness, the basketball IQ. It's a great kid. We met him today.
The hands, the feet, you name it.
Got a good head on his shoulders. I mean, come on. What's not to like? Trier hits another.
I remember saying in the end, during the UNLV game, which was a very close game, throw him the ball every time, and Sean Miller knows I'm going to throw him the ball every time.
Largest lead, final moments. Jackson with 5 seconds left in the half. He'll pull up from 17 and buries it. Antono Jackson. Second field goal first half, but a tremendous opening 20 for Arizona.
You know, Arizona just too explosive. You play them a fast game, this is what's going to happen. You give up 49.5, and it could be tough.
10 points, 5 of 6 shooting, 4 rebounds, and that block we saw from Ayton in the first half. And look at those numbers. 71% from the field in the first half for number 23, Arizona. And in the first half, coming up after the break, we'll send you back to our New York studio where Brett Stovers, Win Cash, Seth Davis are standing by for AT&T at the half. You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network. Kirky, New Mexico, number 23, Arizona leads New Mexico 49-33. Getting ready to start the second half. Welcome back to the pit, everyone. Dave Ryan alongside Steve Lapis, former head coach at Villanova. Well, Arizona spectacular from the field. They shoot 71%, 17-24, 6 of 7 from 3, and we're seeing now why they're ranked number 2 in the nation to begin the year.
And 3 turnovers in the game. So, I mean, this team is loaded with talent. They have experience. They got a superstar in Ayton. Now Riley Alkins comes back, and the way he started the game, going 4 for 4 from the field, he gave them a tremendous lift. And that's just another guy that they had that they can go to. It really was Trier and Ayton. Now they have a third big gun. Makes a big difference.
3-point shooting.
6 out of
Near
7.
perfect in the first half left.
They only make 7 a game usually, so that's not one of their strengths.
Time now for the AT&T game summary, Coach.
Well, obviously, when you shoot like that, this is domination the way you would think it's going to be. And Paul Weir, I understand what he's trying to do. He's trying to win the overall war, not the battle today. Pressing Arizona is not the best thing to do, but this is how he wants his program to grow. They want to be a pressing program, a team that runs up and down. It's going to help get good players. He's got 2 really good players sitting out. Jaquan Lyle from Ohio State, Vance Jackson from Connecticut. So they're going to get better, and they want to play that style.
Hawkins 13 to lead the way. 3 double-figure scores first half for Arizona. 11 for Trier and 10 for Ayton, along with 4 rebounds for the spectacular 7-1 freshman. Firstinger, high-low play. Lockwood starts the half. Ayton says, forget about it.
And now let me give you an example. DeAndre Ayton is playing behind Lockwood. That was bad defense, but guess what? He can't score on him. He's just too athletic. So even in bad defense, he makes up for it with his athleticism.
Firstinger, good steal. McNeil at the rim. Simons led the way for New Mexico, scoring in that first half at 9. Here's Simons. Kick out for McNeil for 3. Front iron miss. Slam follow try. Logwood can't connect. And Trier has the rebound is Ayton's 5th. Hawkins, not this time. Follow the miss, the end one. Raleigh Hawkins.
Just so strong. Strong move to the basket, and he just goes, gets it.
Foul on Antono Jackson. That's his first. $16 now for Hawkins, who looks very much like he's in perfect form returning from the injury.
He sure does.
His first start of the season tonight against the Lobos. He's made it count. Simons for McNeil under 10 to shoot. Firstinger the back end on Ristich. Simons not there. Follows the miss in the baseline and a fresh shot clock. Logwood amongst the trees. Firstinger the challenge and the foul on Ristich. And a chance for a 3-point play for Joe Firstinger. 2 fouls on Dusan Ristich.
Take the ball aggressively to the basket, and a good pass.
Senior, just graduated this week. We talked about Joe Firstinger from Rancho Santa Margarita, California.
And here comes the full court pressure.
Pretty good handles for a big guy.
Oh. Well, when you find something that he doesn't do well, why don't you tell me that?
We haven't seen it yet. This is the second time you've seen him in person. Trier, Ristich, double team, left low block. Power move, Dusan Ristich off the glass for 2.
And the first time I saw him, he was playing against a pretty good 7-footer out there, Brandon McCoy.
Run out Logwood other end, and 2 for the Lobos.
That can't make Sean Miller real happy there, that transition defense.
Double team, Simons, Jackson, and Trier gets a timeout. Right in front of head coach Sean Miller in his 9th season at Tucson. 227 wins, hoping for a great championship run this year.
Arizona leading by 16 at the pit. I want to show you an example here. This is what you call, I'm a better player. And right there, look how deep that DeAndre Ayton is allowing Logwood to catch the ball in the post. He's in the restricted area, but he also knows I'm pretty good and I'm going to be able to recover and do this. So when we talk about how players make coaches better, Sean Miller's a great coach. But guess what? That was not fundamental defense by DeAndre Ayton, but he still was able to get it done because he's that good.
2 blocks. The spectacular freshman DeAndre Ayton tonight. 10.6 rebounds.
That was great defense by Joe Firstinger. Great defense.
Fronting Ayton that time. Turnover.
And they had somebody behind him also, so if they threw it over his head, the help was there.
Ball watch back into the game for New Mexico. Firstinger pulls up the dribble. McNeil, 5 to shoot. Simons trying to create. Skips to Jackson, deep corner, lobbing. That's shooting on the baseline. Front iron miss there. Anthony Jackson, Malwatch couldn't keep it alive.
Jackson Cartwright with a great job stopping that drive by Simons when he was trying to go at the end of the shot clock.
Drew's been quiet second half. Trying to change that here. Can't connect from 15. Malwatch, rebound. Here's Simons. Anthony Jackson steps into a 3. Too strong. McNeil has the offensive glass and a fresh 30 for New Mexico. McNeil will launch a 3. Deep corner, Chris McNeil.
And that was in Ristich's face. But Arizona being very active defensively. I mean, he knew, he was aware there was an open guy. He got there, just he couldn't stay with him.
First 3 of the night. Chris McNeil, former junior college All-American out of Jackson, Tennessee. 29 against Tennessee Tech, early going for New Mexico. It's the most any Lobo has scored for Paul Weir this year. Kai Simmons had 2 early fouls. He's back in for the Lobos. Trier lost that one. And Arizona getting a bit sloppy here in the second half, another turnover.
And you know, now that the crowd gets back into it,
this is one of the best home court advantages in the nation, and Paul Weir, the first-year head coach, knows that well. 3 Arizona turnovers of their 4 in the second half. Fursinger takes advantage. A long-range jumper, and this huge crowd is jumping. Jackson Cartwright quiets the crowd.
the problem is when you're playing against a team that's really good, you only can stop them for so long.
Kuiper tries to answer, and he does for 3.
What a night for Wasilla, Alaska.
I tell you what, been loving it in Palmer and Wasilla, not far from Anchorage. Oh, there's Trier on the other end with a long 3 of his own. Alonzo Trier from Seattle, Washington, with love. A bomb triple.
Well, Chris McNeil first knocks one out right in Ristich's mug. And then Arizona, they come right back at you. Parker, Jackson, Cartwright knocking down the 3. Cats still up 14.
Only up by 1 in the second half after the big one over Washington recently, and of recent years. Mark Few and Gonzaga, tremendous.
I mean, he makes it to the national championship game last year. They had an unbelievable, he's had an unbelievable run. He could have left there so many times. That's his home. He loves it there. I remember being on one of these trips with coaches. We played golf together. He is just he loves to fish and all that stuff in the Pacific Northwest. Just a great guy and a tremendous basketball coach.
Can't wait to see Gonzaga on our air coming up this week on CBS Sports Network. Kuiper's had a big night, 4 threes for New Mexico. And keep them within striking distance. Malwatch out of Australia. Simmons for McNeil with 5 to shoot. Chris McNeil will launch a 3. Malwatch a follow. An aggressive offensive rebound. McNeil lost the handle and regains.
I'll tell you one thing, Sean Miller read them the riot act that last time out about their defense, because this is one great defensive set right here.
Kuiper in the corner. Not this time, looking for a 5th 3 of the game. Ira Lee has the rebound for Arizona. Hawkins with a left, that's sweet. Off the glass for 2.
So good with both hands, right, left, driving, making threes. He's a big time player.
18 points.
And with that body he's got, oh.
So impressive to watch him at the shoot around this morning. See him in person, that's different than watching him on TV. He is impressive. 7 of 9 shooting tonight.
You know football a little better than me. Would he make a pretty good middle linebacker or something?
He would be a great safety, middle linebacker, defensive end type, absolutely.
That's
tight
like
end,
everything.
you name it.
Great pass.
Trier, baseline. Mawat says no. Ira Lee regains. A lefty on the baseline, way too strong. Here's Kuiper. Running. Foul call. Nice run out for Dane Kuiper.
Great block. Mawat.
Parker Jackson Cartwright picks up his third, coach, on that transition foul against Kuiper.
And you know, they really don't have a real sub point guard. You know, Barcelo's out, not playing today. He would be the most logical guy. He's a freshman. And he has struggled on the road. He's played well at home, but he has struggled on the road, but he's not playing tonight. They try to get
injury for Barcelo is out indefinitely.
They try to get away with Trier playing the backup point, not really comfortable handling the ball, especially against this kind of pressure.
$16 for Kuiper, within one of his career highs set against Northern New Mexico NAIA program to begin the year for the Lobos. He's had a great game tonight. Mathis replaces him for now for Paul Weir.
I mean, I think this would qualify as New Mexico's hanging in there.
Yanu Pinder from Australia into the game for Arizona here. Haven't seen him a lot. Jackson, pressure defense.
That's a big shot.
Parker Jackson Cartwright, right in his face from 15. That was sweet. Little moments like that for him will really help establish the backcourt play for Arizona this year.
No doubt.
Mathis in the corner. Anthony Mathis, first points of the night, the junior from West Linn, Oregon. Buries a triple.
And he's their best three-point shooter. He hasn't been able to get a good look tonight.
28 made three of the year.
They've got to make a couple of stops in a row.
High post, Dusan Ristic to take the two.
Too big.
7-footer from Serbia. Too good. Simons other end. Paddles out. Logwood, strong rebound. In the corner from Mathis. Another three. Nine made threes tonight for the home team. This place rocking again.
I said they had to make at least 14. I don't know if that's enough.
They average 11 a game. Made threes. Simons the foul. Paul Weir. Can't believe it.
Well, Anthony Mathis on the good kick out by Logwood knocks it down. And these Lobos right now down 12, and this crowd going crazy.
Arizona shooting 69% tonight here at the pit. A 12-point lead on the Lobos from the Mountain West. Let's say an eye on the Mountain West, brought to you by Wall here. Lap, you love Brandon McCoy.
Oh, he's terrific. I mean, 7'1" kid. He's a real low post center. Different than Ayton and different than McCoy, but great in his own right. Nevada fell, but you know, they played two tough games that they lost this week, which doesn't make it obviously any easier for them. They are a very, very good team. And then Boise State, Chandler Hutchinson has been terrific. And the job that Leon Rice has done there is he's a terrific coach. A lot of great coaches in that league, in the Mountain West Conference, no doubt about it.
You saw Fresno State from the Mountain West take on Oregon from the Pac-12 on CBS Sports Network earlier tonight. Ducks won that game by 7 on the road. Another Pac-12 Mountain West matchup here at the pit in Albuquerque.
Forget it.
Back in, Ayton, a miss. He follows it up with an offensive rebound. I thought he dunked that for sure.
That was a really good pass. Shocked that he missed that.
Smith for Jackson Cartwright. Two 7-footers in the game now for Arizona. Oh, Trier, the fake shot. The lob down low, and there's Ayton for the easy lay-in.
I don't know, how do you stop that? The dual penetration draws the help, they just throw it up in the air.
That body fake by Trier on first was unbelievable.
Tremendous crossover.
Everyone thought he was going to shoot it, especially Joe Furstinger. Ayton's got 12. Logwood misfires. Back iron miss, long range, 3. Ristich the rebound. Ayton establishes. Fires into the corner. Ristich, right low block, not this time. And over the back foul. Deuce on Ristich. That's his 3rd.
This is what you call, whoop.
Oh. I'm not sure what's more impressive. I mean, the crossover, the body pump fake, the look up as if he's going to shoot it, or the lob and the pass down low to Ayton as Alkins is back in for Arizona. It was all good.
All good.
Mawatch, nice fake on Ayton, the take. Mathis, back iron this time. Ristich the rebound. He's got 8 boards tonight. Trier blocked from behind, Kuiper, and a foul.
I don't know about that one. It's one of those plays that there's a lot of guys around. Maybe it was a foul, but I don't think so.
Perfect for the line, Trier tonight after going 14 of 16 against Alabama in Tucson on Saturday. First team preseason All-American. He missed about half his season with the PED suspension last year. He has come back to have a tremendous start to his junior campaign. Alonzo Trier, what a talent.
I mean, Trier and Ayton, 4th highest scoring duo in the country. I just don't see how that's going to continue with Alkins being there. Not because of they can't, but with that 3rd scorer there, there's just not enough time to score that many points.
46 career games for Trier now, double-figure scoring. .16 tonight. McNeil responds 3. The second 3-ball of the game. Smith to take. Out of bounds to Arizona. The fans disagree vehemently.
Sean wants a foul. Paul Weir thinks it's off them. Different perspectives, I say, in this game.
Vastly. Trier again, the fake, and a take, and the 2. The N1, Alonzo Trier. Spectacular move to the rack, and a chance for a 3-point play.
He's so athletic, and he's tremendous once he gets off his feet to the rim. Tough to stop.
$18 points. He's made all 8 of his free throws tonight. Averaging 22.3 a game to lead the Pac-12. Wow, a miss, but Ristich the rebound. Temporarily anyway. Here's the tie-up with Kuiper. Arrow stays with Zona. Well, Sean Miller talked to us this morning, Lap, about Alonzo Trier and his offensive efficiency. Being better with the ball, avoiding turnovers, shooting great inside the arc, free throws. Perfect tonight. I'd say you check all the boxes.
I mean, when you have a guard shooting 56% from the field and scoring 22, I mean, usually if a guard is shooting 45% from the field, you say that's really good because it's quality, you know, the type of shots you're taking from the perimeter. He's having an unbelievable season.
Another NBA-type player for Arizona this year. They're loaded with guys like that. Trier baseline, faking, skips, and an offensive foul called on the drive for Alonzo Trier. His first.
Yeah, that's a charge. He left his feet out of control.
Second team All Pac-12 last year. Bound for first team status this season, I'd imagine. Alonzo Trier, what a talent. In the corner. Simons can't connect. Firstner keeps it alive. Simons drive to the basket. Off the glass and in. First two second half, Troy Simons, he got 11 tonight. Backcourt pressure, here's Trier. Hawkins lost it, and that is fouled.
I don't know if the fans haven't let these kids quit or these kids haven't let the fans quit. But whatever it is, the effort that these New Mexico kids are giving tonight is really, really high level.
Coming off an absolute heartbreaker to our rival New Mexico State in this building.
And they played well in that game.
They did.
Without Sam Logwood.
And got swept by the Aggies. It's been a disappointing start to the year for the Lobos. They've lost 7 of the last 8, 3 in a row entering play tonight.
And I had their game against TCU. TCU is a
Florida,
top 25 team. They played great. They lost by 1 possession in that game in Florida.
Tough schedule, as Paul Weir told us about today. But he said, taking over from Craig Neal this year, I'm going to do it my way. Team play, selflessness, playing for each other. We're not going to just get 2 or 3 more wins that we had last year. They went 17-14 last year. He's going to build it his way, and it might be a rough season.
Could be.
It's all about team for Paul Weir. 2 to shoot. Jackson Cartwright can't connect. Ayton kept it alive.
Too big and too strong.
He's something.
I mean, they needed that stop. Psychologically, they'd like to get this thing under 10.
Oh, Weir somehow missed that reverse layup. Thought about a dunk and changed his mind. Couldn't connect. Antono Jackson off the glass. Look out below, Sam Logwood. Hammer follow. The captain is back. Wow. And the fans up again here at the pit. Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. If they can get this thing under 10.
Raleigh Elkins, that left hand is pure again. Wow.
That's a pretty good touch by a strong kid.
20 points, lead all scorers, 8 of 10 shooting for Raleigh Elkins tonight. Firstinger.
He fought better at that one.
Oh, long range 3 in the corner, Kuiper. 5 threes in the game, a new career high for Dane Kuiper. Turnover. Jackson the effort. Want to sell out Antono Jackson. It's 10.
That's a foul.
Brandon Randolph a foul. And we've got ourselves a game here left.
Well, Sam Logwood didn't play in the last game, but he's looking to get something done here now at the pit. And this place is jumping wild.
Rodeo concludes in Las Vegas. 15 All-Stars battle it out in the final night of competition as we crown a 2017 champion. It's the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Well, that we should mention, the off-the-court trouble that has cast a shadow over the Arizona program earlier this year, linked to the federal investigation into corruption in college basketball. 8 people indicted, criminal charges in the case, including Arizona assistant coach Book Richardson, who has pled not guilty. Not easy for Sean Miller and the program to deal with what's happened, but they're playing great basketball right now.
No, not easy for them, but the one thing about Arizona, they didn't lose any players like some other teams did for the season, so the kids are the kids. Probably tougher on Sean, but this team playing really well right now.
Look at the bench points. What a stat that is for the Lobos tonight. Possession, chance to get it under 10 here. Seven to shoot. Logwood, step back. Wow, way short. Furstinger had a hand on it for a moment. And Ayton has his 9th rebound of the night.
And they keep the pressure on a rebound.
That's a big empty possession for New Mexico.
I know if you need a basket here, I know where I'd go.
13 in blue. There he is. Has not tried a three tonight.
He has not really the second half. He's not been around as much.
Been quiet. There he is, right low block, double team.
Good double team.
Out of bounds.
That was a really good double team because they didn't let him out of the trap that time like they did in the first half a couple of times.
McNeil. Furstinger, the recent graduate. But Captain Logwood is fouled by Ira Lee. And Sam Logwood will shoot two here for New Mexico. 2 fouls in the freshman out of LA, Ira Lee. Logwood came to Paul Weir before the game in New Mexico State last week and said for personal reasons he needed to step away from the program. This is your captain, your leading scorer and rebounder. How do you think Paul Weir handled it?
I thought he handled it great. He had the players, had a lot of input as to whether Sam Logwood was going to come back and come back this early. They all bought in, and I think they look like a team that's together tonight to me.
Only missed one game. Does not miss either free throw. And for the first time since the 12-minute mark of the first half, single-digit lead for Arizona. It is 8, and this building again, electric in Albuquerque. Hawkins is fouled before he got to the basket. Let's revisit our keys to the game, brought to you by Bass Pro Shops.
Well, for Arizona to get the ball inside, they have dominated in the paint. Offensive rebound, not great, but they haven't missed that many shots really in this game. The Lobos needed to turn Arizona over. They have not. Only 6 points off turnovers and make a ton of threes. That they are on their way to doing.
Fouls on Mathis, coach his second. 17 fouls, second half for New Mexico. One more for Hawkins. New career high for Raleigh tonight. Prior had been 20 against North Dakota last year. I think the fans in Arizona knew that Raleigh Hawkins was back when he took the gold practice jersey away from DeAndre Ayton, who had it 6 weeks running. It's the best practice player each week. Hawkins recovering from that foot fracture. He's been fantastic tonight and extends on the career best.
In a lot of ways, he's their heart and soul. And I see that what Sean Miller has told us.
McNeil a kick out. Logwood thought about a three. Kuiper will launch one. Another made three. Kuiper's got 6 tonight. A career best for Dane Kuiper on his birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
He's got 22. And it's 7 with pressure. Wrist it, skips.
They can't get the ball into Ayton.
Jackson Cartwright, fouled.
A great reversal pass by Logwood. That's what you call make the better pass. Logwood had a shot. He's not a good three-point shooter, let me say that. And he made the ball reversal to Kuiper, who's been on fire the whole game. That was great ball movement, and they've done a good job the whole game moving the ball.
Vladimir Pinchuk is back in for New Mexico here. Kuiper, the career best in points and made threes. Prior best from beyond the arc have been 4 made triples against Air Force last year. Well, his 21st birthday present to himself.
And he has not had a good season so far. He's one of the guys, because he's a veteran, they kind of need him tonight, really stepping up.
Jackson Cartwright, wow, way off on that free throw try. Out of bounds off the hands of Smith.
Well, New Mexico's going to do what they've been doing the whole game, which is spread Arizona out, move the ball, drive it, and when somebody's open from 3, kick it.
McNeil to the basket. Altered by Alkins, really good defense down low. Alkins the other way, lays it in.
Somebody's got to stop the ball. That's really bad defense by New Mexico in transition. The first goal of your transition defense is to pick up and stop the ball.
24 for Alkins, a career best on 9 of 11 shooting. And all 3 of his threes made. Had a huge night. Pinchuk, youngster out of Germany. Against Ayton. A miss and a foul. Against Jackson Cartwright. We got a timeout here, Coach. Great finish coming up.
Well, Raleigh Alkins, pretty good guy to get back from injury. 24 points in this game tonight. Does a little bit of everything. Make threes, take it to the basket. Right now, Arizona hanging on by 9.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Wall Shavers. Real guys, real grooming. Visit wallrealguys.com.
Beautiful nighttime view, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Time now for the Servpro play of the game lap.
Well, DeAndre Ayton steps through double teams and gets a lot of things done around the rim, even though in the second half he has not been quite as dominant as he was in the first half. But what a tremendous player he is. And when you think he's only a freshman.
12 points, 9 rebounds tonight. 6 of 8 shooting, 2 blocks as well in the 32 minutes. Second half not as effective as the first.
You know, it's the kind of game, because they're getting pressed all the time, you can't really, they're not setting up and getting it to him in the low post. It's been more of a transition game, and it's hard to get him involved sometimes.
Jackson Cartwright picked up his 4th foul before the break, sending Kuiper to the free throw line. 17 foul, second half Arizona. And Kuiper extends on the career best. Originally from Alaska, went to high school in Tempe at that powerhouse Corona del Sol High. Won 2 state championships there. Got 24 tonight, 7-point game. The fans have been on their feet the entire second half here. It's been great.
I think Arizona needs to slow it down a little bit and get Ayton involved. They got 2 guys on him. One's fronting him and one's behind him.
Alkins by himself. Smith doesn't see him for the skip pass. Jackson Cartwright lines up a 3. Back iron, Ayton. Double-double. 10th rebound. Fresh 30. That's a huge board.
Huge board.
Trier double team in a little trouble. Lonzo Trier the take. And a 2 off the glass. He's got 20. And the C's part of there.
That's what your great player does. I mean, Firstinger kind of got a little too close to him on the perimeter, and he went by him.
Strip, turnover. Jackson Cartwright, look out, here he goes! DeAndre Ayton! SARS and stuffs. He was way up for that one.
That was a tough exchange for New Mexico there.
Fans chant UNM. They're still behind their Lobos, and a foul on Raleigh Alkins.
Well, that time, really not a good decision by Jackson trying to split that double team. Didn't really have it there. And then Ayton does what Ayton does.
9 double-doubles for DeAndre Ayton in his first 11 college games. making the most of his one season in all likelihood in Tucson. Logwood, miss, front end, 1-on-1, Smith the rebound. Here comes the separation opportunity Arizona's been waiting for most of the second half.
And I don't blame them using a little bit of clock now.
Smith in the corner. Peel the rim miss. First to get a rebound. In trouble on the outlet. McNeil catches up with a rock. Another 2 left in regulation. Kuiper trying to continue his great night. Doesn't get the roll this time. First year can't tip it home. Another rebound for Ayton. Smith just mishandles on the run out, and Sean Miller is apoplectic. I thought he was going to just jump out of his suit there. Draft prospects coming up this year. We made the comparison earlier tonight between Bagley III of Duke and DeAndre.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we're not going to see Michael Porter, but you know what? Throw Colin Sexton in there, throw Trae Young in there. I mean, there's a lot of really good players that are freshmen this year.
Furstinger, good feed from McNeil, he's fouled on the way up. It's Ayton's first foul of the game. The body control, the intelligence, that hoop IQ we talked about that Sean Miller mentioned with us this morning is just off the charts with this kid.
Yeah, and he just has a great mind for the game. He's got it all. I mean, there's nothing that this kid does not have. He will be a superstar.
Furstinger has one more. DeAndre Ayton grew up in the Bahamas playing soccer, and as the folks at Arizona told us this morning, he just got too tall for soccer. He outgrew the sport, basically. Turned to basketball at about 13 years old when he started playing full time, and he'll be a top 2 pick in the draft coming up this year. It's amazing. And fans are still really into this one tonight.
Well, they've gotten a great effort from these Lobos. They just don't have enough.
Trier, trouble. Jackson Cartwright operates. Skips for Randolph. There's a 3. Brandon Randolph, the dagger.
I like this kid too. He's going to be a good player.
First 3 of the night. And 10th made triple of the season for Brandon Randolph, another star freshman. McNeil other end, can't respond from beyond the arc. Hawkins the rebound. And ripped that away from McNeil. Now foul call.
I mean, did McNeil really think that that wasn't a foul there?
Paul, we were told this morning that everything would have to go right in this game tonight for his Lobos to have a chance to knock off the 23rd ranked team in the nation. And if Arizona wins, it'll be their 5th straight win, and they are much better than number 23 in the country.
Yeah, oh, there's no doubt about that. I think everything would have to go right and then some.
Big night for Alkins. Has another. He is back
with a vengeance.
Teams met last year in Tucson. Alkins had a double-double, 13 points, 11 rebounds against New Mexico. 26 on the night for Riley Alkins. Final minute of the second half. McNeil lost it, and a foul. Arizona State, ranked number 5 in the nation, is on the way on December 30th to open up Pac-12 play. UConn, not the team they've been.
No.
Coming up.
I'll tell you what, must-see TV against Arizona State.
Oh, man.
I have to tell you, because Arizona State has 3 guards, Cody Justice, Trey Holder, Shannon Evans. They play really small. They got Remy Martin. I thought that was just a drink, but we're finding out there's a lot more to Remy Martin than a drink. And then they have Romello White, who was the 6'9" kid who had to sit out last year academically. This Arizona State team is really, really good.
Highest ranking for Arizona State since 1989. They were number 3 that year. Ayton adds to his rebound total in our final 30 seconds from the pit. There's Trier, up and away. Alonzo Trier with a hammer. Power slam.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with what Alonzo Trier did. They were pressing. It's not like they stopped playing. They were pressing. Now they're not going to shoot.
14 points, 13 rebounds will be the final line for Ayton tonight. And that will do it on the dribble out for Riley Elkins. Quality road win for Sean Miller in Arizona tonight.
I'm impressed with Arizona to come here and do what they did, but I also am very impressed by what New Mexico did in this game and the kind of energy that they played with.
Number 23 Arizona is a team Steve Lapis thinks could be a Final Four squad and beyond perhaps. They've won 5 straight now after the 3 straight losses in the Bahamas. They are looking good. They win tonight 89-73. That's the final tonight from the pit. For Steve Lapis, the entire crew, I'm Dave Ryan saying so long from Albuquerque. It's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. After a short break, we'll send you out to Las Vegas for the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. So long from Albuquerque. Thanks for watching. Arizona looks really good on the road tonight. They win by 16.